India got independent in 1947, Clement Attlee was the Prime Minister of Great Britain. When asked what was it that made the British leave India, he cited many reasons. But the most important ones, he said, were the INA activities of Subhash Chandra Bose and the Royal Indian Navy Mutiny of 1946. The Royal Indian Navy mutiny lasted only for 4 days, but it gave a clear-cut message to the British that they could no longer command the Indian armed forces. Due to the Second World War, Royal Indian Navy had expanded tenfold in a matter of 5 years. The Navy men were instrumental in liberating a lot of nations across the world during the war, but they themselves were discontented by the fact that their own nation was under the British rule. To the British, they were servicemen who were not supposed to think or question the authority. To nationalist India, they were mere mercenaries. While their sense of loyalty was already shaken by their experiences, they were also hearing the stories of the INA activities. If these reasons were not sufficient enough, poor quality of food and lack of facilities at Castle Barracks in Bombay became the reason for protest. But what really sparked the mutiny was the arrest of B.C. Dutt on HMIS Talwar. A naval rating, he was arrested for holding documents related to INA. He, with a group of men on HMIS Talwar, had already begun their protest by painting slogans like Quit India and Jai Hind all over the establishment. Dutt particularly was hailed a hero for his defiant reply, "Save your breath, I am ready to face your firing squad." The mutiny was initiated on 18 February 1946 by the ratings, and on 19 February the Naval Central Strike Committee was elected. The first thing mutineers did was to free B.C. Dutt, and then they took possession of Butcher Island. They also seized the signalling equipment and communicated to other vessels and comrades on other ports. Soon, Karachi, Cochin and Visakhapatnam joined them. They also hoisted tricolour on most of the establishments and ships. In a matter of hours, there were demonstrations on the Bombay streets supporting the mutiny. And over a course of next 2 days, 70 more ships joined them, with 20,000 plus ratings. Well, the British did react, but when they asked the Indian soldiers to attack the barracks, no one did. Eventually, the British troops attacked, and the casualties were 8 dead and 33 wounded. Unfortunately, the strikers could not gather enough support from the Congress. Instead, Vallabhbhai Patel negotiated with the Central Strike Committee to end the strike. On February 23rd, all the ships surrendered, and the mutiny came to an end. Followed by courts-martial, 476 sailors were dismissed, and none of them were reinstated in the Indian Navy post-independence. While some of the histories are often forgotten, fortunately, this uprising was commemorated here with this statue here in Colaba in 2001.